Hi guys, how are you? It's your girl Lex, and this is True Crime Stories, episode 9. Two wrongs don't make a right, but forgiveness lets me win. Okay, guys, now we have a special guest today. She's my source. She started her spiritual journey 5 years ago. She also has 200 plus accurate readings. She's kind, she's consistent. Give it up for Miss Tell It How It Is, Miss Black Beauty Tarot.
Hello, everyone. I am Black Beauty Tarot. I do read cards. I read energy. And I have been giving current energy, past energy for these documentaries that Lex has been doing. Before we get into the video, I would just like to say that this is the energy that I pick up on. This is the energy that I see. You can place it however it needs to be placed. And at the end of the day, we are here for the person we are here doing the documentary about. It is not too much about people on the outside who are still here in a 3D, as in the physical form. No disrespect intended, no ill will, no hurt, no harm, no foul. It is just the energy that comes out. Place it where it needs to be placed or disregard it if it doesn't resonate for you. And that's it and that's all. Tonight we will be doing a documentary about Zebony Best. And as a quick disclaimer, she is very strong on not disrespecting or talking ill about her father. That's the energy that I'm getting. And I also want to add that this may be an emotional reading.
Okay, guys, now understand that this video may trigger some people, and it's just a disclaimer that it may do that. So if you're not ready, it's okay to walk out and stay tuned for the next video.
Or
Now,
come back when you feel you're ready to watch it.
that too. That too. Say that again.
Yes.
Get that too. Okay, Zebony Best was born June 11th, 1995. She's the daughter of Albert Favors and Rosalind Best. Zebony had only 3 sisters. She was kind, she was sweet, she was lovable. She was very close to her father, and she would spend most of her time with him. Zebony had goals for her life. She was going to pursue her general diploma, and she recently just passed her Air Force test. Zebony wanted to become a pilot. Before the tragic shooting, Zebony was receiving several text messages from her ex-boyfriend Jamal Wright, threatening her. She told her friends, but her family wasn't aware until after the shooting.
The energy that I'm picking up on is given very much so straightforward. It's given that people who know Zebony or hung around Zebony or anything else like that knew that there was a man who was overly controlling. There was a man who did not like being in control. This could have been a man that was hers or a man who picked favorites. This person is someone that she felt that she could tame or control to a certain extent. And when I say that, that's more so of her being able to tell him to calm down or tell him to chill in a sense, other than what other ladies were able to do.
Okay. July 14th, 2012, Saturday night. Zebony was walking around on Hamilton Street. Wasn't that far from her home on Kenwood Street. And she was on the phone with one of her friends. As she continued to walk down the street, when a dark colored sport car pulls up, it was her ex boyfriend. They begin to argue and yell at each other. Within the blink of an eye, Jamal Wright shoots Zebony directly in the head outside of the window. Drove off fast down Austin Street, and she was found in the middle of the street until the police came. She then was transported to Trumbull Memorial Hospital and flown in emergency helicopter to St. Elizabeth Health Center, where she died. Zebony was only 17 years old.
And I would like to add that with this energy, Um, Once again, people who knew Zebony and knew of her relationship with this guy, that it was no mystery that they had a relationship. It was certain things that he may not have wanted Zebony to say, but Zebony wasn't someone to be controlled. He could not control Zebony. So she was going to say and or do whatever it is that she wanted to do, and she had every right to do so.
Period.
Add on to that, I would like to add the fact that he knew who Zebony was. And to be honest, he wasn't always that bad. She definitely ran the relationship, to be completely honest. As in, whatever she wanted, he went and got. Whatever she needed, she got. As far as a complete committal, no, she did not give that. She wouldn't. And as much as he may have wanted to bind her, he couldn't. He could not control her. As much as he wanted to control her, he could not control her. He could not control her. And honestly, she may have been working for him in a sense, but she wasn't going out like that. And she wasn't taking anything less than her own value, to be honest.
Period.
And that's true. And her and this guy were really in a relationship that led to something different.
Mm. Now, guys, there was one eyewitness, the police caller, but she couldn't point right out in the lineup. And also another person that was on the phone with Zebony. She said that she heard her yell, Jamal, when the shots went off, but she couldn't be found after the fact. There also was no DNA, no confession, just shell casings. She was the third homicide of 2012. Now, guys, a man was taken into custody, but he was released without being charged. Police received information about the text messages. They brought Jamal Wright, 20, back into investigations and soon charged him with involuntary manslaughter in the death of Zebony Best. The man's bond was set at $2 million, and that was on September 19th of 2012.
The agreement that Zebony and Jamal had, he didn't show up the way that he was supposed to when it came to an agreement, when it came to finances. And that was a problem for her.
That's when everything became rocky.
Something about finances became rocky. Yes.
Guys, you remember my last story? People don't play about their money. Wright was convicted as a juvenile previously for shooting a man when he was only 16 years old. He was arrested 2 months later. Wright started having trouble with the law around age 11, guys. This man been in the streets. Ugh. In 2003, he was amongst a group of boys passing around handguns on the South Street after school. He was convicted of arson in 2006 after starting a fire in the former Warren Western Reserve Middle School. He also shot an 18-year-old man in a Hampshire housing apartments on 5th Street in 2008.
And obviously thought that he would be able to become a pimp to break women down. I would just have to say that, and didn't, especially when it came to Zebony, because no matter what they had going on, relationship wise or intimacy, that never stopped the flow and the agreement or the
The arrangement?
arrangements, setups, or anything else like that with whatever business he had going on. And to be completely honest, I don't mean to offend anyone, but this is a matter of where she worked for this man, but also had a relationship with him. So he could have been a pimp or someone who was using her in a sense to where he thought he was using her, because realistically, she was all about hers. and she knew what she was doing, and she was very strong-minded to the point where no matter what their relationship was, that never overshadowed her with her business when it came to getting her money, her funds, whatever it may be. Not even the relationship with him. And I do believe, and I will say, that they had a genuine relationship. They did. And those who know, know. And those who don't, don't. So please be mindful and don't be quick to respond unless you know. I am picking up on the energy. It's not to disrespect anyone. It's not to take anybody out of their character or make them sound low, make them seem lower or higher than who they are.
Period.
We're just stating the facts and we're picking up on the energy. That's it, and that's all.
Jamal pleaded guilty and he was not charged with murder, but manslaughter. He received 14 years and 3 years addition for the gun charge in 2013. Zebedeen's family lashed out on Jamal, guys, stating that he would come over all the time. Another sister stated that she hated him and didn't know why. Who would shoot a young girl like that? They were not satisfied and they felt like 17 years was not enough. And personally, I feel like that ain't enough either because if it was mine, it needs to be longer than that.
Sure wasn't, because she was beautiful.
A beautiful spirit.
She was a beautiful soul. No matter what you do when you're young, it still doesn't cost for anybody taking your life.
Especially not like that.
No.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get Zebedeen's overall energy.
Yes. And I just want to add that when I said that she was a beautiful soul, and she was a beautiful soul to a lot of people, close friends that everybody know, and even people who wouldn't have known that they had relationships. Zebney was a beautiful. She was a beautiful soul. She was, and her, she's missed. Her energy, just her presence alone.
It's all love for everybody that I do a story on and everybody that she picked up on the energy with. And once again, guys, I am doing this true crime stories for them. I'm not doing it for anyone else but them. And that was my whole purpose of this, including Black Beauty Tarot, because I wanted her to be able to pick up on their energy, even though they're not here. But this is their story. And everything that ever came out in my stories is something that they would like to be told. And once again, Zebedee was a beautiful lady. I didn't know her personally, but I did see her around. You know, I was in the house, but she hung with my sister and my cousin Hannah all the time. So,
And Kiera.
and Kiera and Molly, you know. So, yeah, she's definitely missed.
And right now is the part where it is a little emotional, because what she's asking for is for everyone to just, she's asking for forgiveness, forgiveness and understanding for herself. If you know her, then you know that this isn't something that she have wanted. Like, she didn't want this. No one wants anything else like no one would want anything like this. Let me just be real. No one would want anything like this. But what she's asking for is for you just to understand and just forgive her for everything that's been that transpired, everything that may have hurt. She's really just asking for forgiveness in y'all hearts for her. And she's solid as gold. I mean, I can't tell y'all nothing else other than that. Like, but
Solid as a rock.
solid as a rock and always been. And if you know her, then you know. Ain't nothing. There's nothing else after that. You know what I mean? The honey, like, it's not, the money's not worth it. Like the honeymoon phase, thinking that you're feeling, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. None of it would. None of it is. It's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. And I really feel, and honestly, and this may be harsh to say, but it's real. Codependency, people that you feel like you can't, like, people that you feel like you can lean on, people that you feel like you can trust. You feel me? People who are very attractive, like people who bring their. It's not all. You have to see beyond that. Is what I'm getting here. You have to see beyond that. Is what she's saying, and stay optimistic. You know what I mean? Live life fully, yes, but know what's worth it and what's not. Know what's worth it and what's not, and don't be codependent on a honeymoon phase or a beginning phase, because at the end of the day, some shit, some love just ain't fucking worth it, or they may not be thinking how the fuck you thinking. To be completely fucking honest, and don't think that deception ain't real.
Period. Because, like I said, everybody wears masks, and listen to your intuition because you can't come back and listen to it. Guys, take heed into these stories that I'm saying. And this is the story of Zebony Bess.
Trusting us to know that there is no malice, there is no hurt, there's no harm, there's no foul. We're not
At
doing
all.
that. It's genuine over here. So you can talk to us. If there's stories that you feel that you want to talk about, just let us know.
Or if you feel
We're
like a
new to
certain
this.
thing should be placed a certain where, say that. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Just come correctly and respectfully, because that's how we're gonna come to you.
Exactly. And that's how we're gonna come with these stories.
Period. Because it's about who?
It's about the people that we're doing these readings for. It's about those who's passed on.
Period.
At the end of the day.
And that's all. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that share button so it can reach who it needs to reach. And y'all have a marvelous night. God bless.
Amen.